important. The reason that it is clear that they are trying to separate black men and black women from voting as a block by separating black women's issues into the larger feminist women's rights issues as opposed to being along lines of racial rights issues is that when we are a concentrated block, we control the election. What I mean by that is the 2020 election is going to come down not to 3 swing states, to 3 swing cities. The only path to victory for Democrats and the current map is to win Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Each of those states had a double-digit drop in black turnout between 2012 and 2016. And primarily those drops came in the major cities. So this election will be decided by Philadelphia, Detroit, and Milwaukee. Milwaukee has a 70% black population. Detroit has an 80% black population. Philadelphia is around 68% black. So if black men and black women are united in a political agenda, that means the entire 2020 election will rest in the hands of black voter turnout. Not necessarily that black folks will turn out and vote for Trump, but that they won't turn out at all. If Hillary Clinton had had the same turnout as Obama in 2012, she would have won in a landslide. Understand that. She would have won the election in a landslide with the same black voter turnout as Obama had in 2012. Let's take Wisconsin as an example. Wisconsin saw a 19% drop in black voter turnout from 2012 to 2016. That comes out to 77,000 votes that she missed out on between what Obama got in 2012. She lost Wisconsin by 23,000 votes. So understand that if she had just gotten half of what Obama got in 2012, she would have won the race. Same thing goes for Michigan, same thing goes for Pennsylvania. So the reason that they try to keep black men and black women separated is because when we're united, they want to win this race just on black women. And by running it just on black women, they can push the white female feminist agenda and piggyback black women onto it, even though the interests are disparate. Now, if you unite the black male and black female vote, then we get to talk about things like police brutality, criminal industrial complex, gentrification, the lack of access to adequate education in the black community. We talked about last week the fact that the only educational question asked between 2 debates, 4 hours with 20 Democratic candidates, was a question about busing from the 1970s. They don't want to talk about school choice as it exists now, equal funding for African-American schools, the ability to open your own private black-run charter school or African-centric charter school. They don't want to talk about those issues because they do not support their white liberal agenda. They only care about our vote so much as it is in line with the liberal agenda, and the black male agenda is not in line with the liberal agenda. If you take most black men, or if you go to a barbershop and ask them what their top 10 political issues are, they will not line up with the Democratic Party's stated goals. Ain't nobody in the barbershop talking about migrants at the border. They're not talking about abortion. They're not talking about a Green New Deal. Those aren't things which are penetrating to black men, which motivate black men to turn out and vote. But then if you do start motivating the black male vote, guess what? You have to start talking about jobs. You have to start talking about vocational education. You have to start talking about the issues that will bring up the black man in America. And if you bring up the black man in America, then he becomes competition to the white man in America. And that's not what they want. I was told in law school before I graduated that if you wanted to get a job at a big law firm, making the big bucks, you have to learn to take the bass out of your voice when you talk. This is completely God honest truth that I got. They told me to take the bass out of my voice at interviews and at least for the first year if I had a chance to work at a law firm. I wear a size 13 shoe. Blessed everywhere. But they told me to try to see if I could find a shoe in a 10 or 11 to wear to work, even if it was uncomfortable, just to not intimidate people at work. They had advice on what to wear and what not to wear. Don't wear any suits that weren't tight or form-fitting. I'm a big dude. I can't be wearing skinny jeans. But the whole idea is that because the black male ethos, because the black male agenda does not fit tightly within the Democratic Party's agenda, they would rather we stay home and they double the black female vote than they have to campaign to black men in this country. We'll talk more about this later in the show. Call in 404-892-2703, News and Talk 1380 WAOK.